If you're interested in a personal reading with me, information on how you can do that is in the description box below. Also, if you're new to this channel, welcome. Please take the time to click the subscribe button down below, also the notification button, so you can be informed on when I upload new content. If you're a returning viewer or a subscriber, I'd like to thank you for your support and love. It really means a lot to me. If you have any ideas or any type of content that you'd like to see on this channel, please drop it in the comment below or send me a message on the email in the description box and I'll happily do a reading. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle. I am the Watery Aquarian. This is my second channel here on YouTube. My first channel is On the Cards, where I do pick a card readings and messages from spirit to inspire and empower. Now this channel, we're going to be focusing on relationships, right? So I do get a lot of personal readings. A lot of my clients always inquire about relationships, and I tend to shy away from that on my On the Cards channel because it's mainly about personal empowerment and personal improvement. But Spirit has guided me to start a new channel where I only do readings on relationships, right? The topic is relationships. So I've surrendered and now I'm going to offer Spirit's guidance regarding matters of the heart. Right? So the reading that I'm going to do today is, why am I triggered by them? Right? So this is for those in how can I put it, divine connections, right? Whether that be soulmate, twin flame, etc. So divine connections where you're having that back and forth, and the person may have blocked you, or there's some challenges and obstacles in the connection where you feel triggered. Or it could be someone that you like, you've approached and they've decided not to embark on the connection with you, but to date around. You know, they want to have personal experiences first before they come your way, and it's triggering you, right? Or just watching other pick a card readings on relationships, and you might hear something that triggers you, that kind of like gets you right there where in your heart center, right, where you feel like, oh dear, worried, scared, etc. Now this reading, we're going to cover why you're triggered by it, right? Why are you triggered by hearing certain things, whether it be you being triggered by your person or you're watching another reading and it really like scares you, right? So we're gonna explore that. So we're gonna have three options, right? Three options. Let me see, what should I pull? Okay, we have some crab claws here. This is from when I do personal readings here. Well, maybe four. I'll do four options. Okay, so this is option one, option two, option three, option four. Okay, option one, option two, option 3, and option 4. Now pause the video, choose a claw, let's get to it. Hello option 1, for those of you who selected the first claw, here's your reading. Now we're going to see why you are triggered by your person. Right? Why do you get upset, frustrated, anxiety, fear? Why does that happen? Okay. Why is option 1 triggered by their person? Why? Okay, so let's see what we have. We have the Three of Swords. Ooh, Ace of Cups. One more. May I have one more? Thank you. The Hangman. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Cups. So we have here wish fulfillment. So this is all about, like, if you're in a connection or it's new, you really feel that this person is for you. You really think that they're everything that you want, right? So why are you triggered? You're triggered because you haven't healed past hurt, past heartbreak. There's a sense of needing to really do some self-love work, right? There's a need for you to look into, why are you putting all of this pressure, all your hopes, dreams, and desires, and all of that into this person, right? Because it has to stem from the self first. You're going to have to be everything that you want from your partner, your other half, your person, right? That's very, very important, where it stems from the self. And there's that saying where you date yourself, so you treat yourself the way that you want others to treat you. Okay? So when you treat yourself the way that you want others to treat you, that's when that shift will happen. Spirit is saying that you need to really shift your perspective on this, right? Take the time to really go within and reflect on, what do you want, truly want from a connection? What does this look like? Look at that. What does this look like? Take the time to choose the path that you want to take on this connection. Take the time to decide exactly what you want from this connection, whether you're in it or just about to go into it, right? What does love look like to you? What does true love look like to you? Right? Because one of the things that you're not meant to do is to put all that pressure on another person. Make that person heal you, love you to the point where they're the ones that are, how can I put this? Validate your worth. Because you, with the Empress here, whoops, I'm dropping cards, you should know your worth. So your worth is expressed on how you treat yourself, how you present yourself, right? That's what it's about. So if in past relationships you were not valued, you were not loved, it's because that's what you expressed. You put that pressure on that person to fill that void, that need, and the perspective shift needs to happen here. You need to step out of that energy and celebrate the self. Heal this. See the patterns. Look at that. All these strings are connected to the heart, which is connected to her. What are the patterns? It's time to break the patterns here, right? Break the patterns. It stems from the self, right? It feels like you have a lot of love to give, a lot of love. And it's definitely so much love that you need to feed that to the self. Be fair to yourself, right? Also, in doing that, you shift your vibration, because you will then attract those who are in alignment with you. The right people will approach you. You won't have manipulative individuals approaching you for love, because they know that you know your worth. They know they cannot even approach you because you can smell bullshit, right? They know that you're not going to hold on to them because you need that love, you crave that love from them, because you can give it to yourself. If they're not there for your betterment and growth, if they're not adding to that, and if they don't have that within themselves, if you are someone that knows your worth and you're standing in your power, will walk away from that. You will be like, no, I am not entertaining that. I am not bringing that in my life. So the reason why you were triggered is because this is something that you need to look into. The self-love side of things, the self-worth side of things, seeing yourself as a goddess, abundant, fertile, beautiful. Every man would desire a woman who stands in her power, right? But the right suitor, you get to choose who you want to be with. They don't choose you. Right, that's beautiful. That's something that needs looking into. That's why you're triggered. It's being fair to the self. Yeah, look at that. Shine your light. You are enough, more than enough. But you have to show this to yourself. When you show this to yourself, it shines out to others. And those who also are sure of themselves and have their light beaming will come towards you. That's gorgeous. That's absolutely stunning, guys. Okay, let's see. Look at that, crystals. So working with crystals, just having crystals, meditating with crystals will be really good. Really good for you. Wearing crystal jewelry. Bottom of the deck, we have smudging here. So cleansing your energy, cleansing your space. So when you're interacting with others, especially negative ones, negative beings, cleanse yourself, right? So you can smudge, you can use sprays, sage sprays, baths. One good thing is coconut oil or coconut oil with sea salt, and you make a little scrub and you give yourself a bath. Of course, be careful of the oil in the tub where you can slip, so definitely be careful. But that's another way of releasing other people's energy or the energy from your environment from you. That's gorgeous. But definitely wearing crystal jewelry. Wearing crystal jewelry. Right. Okay, what do we have here? What's going to help? Look at that. Look, she has like a cone on her face. And it says, find your voice. Yeah, so it's like speaking up for yourself, but knowing exactly what you want, right? Knowing, actually having standards. That's what I'm hearing. So it says, what internal and external resources are going to help you? Is it courage, knowledge, enthusiasm, supportive networks, financial? So it's like, maybe even like interact with your friends, right? Spending time with friends, right? So it's just having more social time, doing things where it's for you, for your own personal growth. Now, I'm not saying don't date, and I'm not saying just scrap this connection, but this is all about how you treat yourself. And this is also all about you accomplishing things in your life that you want to accomplish, personal goals, personal accomplishments. That's where what needs to be happening alongside that other stuff, right? So that's why you were triggered. It's like releasing all that hope, putting all your hope into someone else, right? To make you feel better. It's just to release that. That's beautiful. Is there any more cards? Let's see. All right, let's get you a moon card. Close this out. Okay, so you got 2, 3. I am open and responsive to abundance, to the abundance of the universe. Look at that. Yep. Being open to receive feminine energy as well. The Empress energy. I enjoy the serendipity of life. The unexpected can be wonderful. And again, it's you will be surprised once you tap into this energy of how strong you are, right? Of how you don't really need someone else to make you happy. I'm not saying, again, not to enter into connections, but you're more than happy with the self, that you have that attitude where if someone says, okay, well, this is not working anymore, you're not going to be on the carpet crawling and eating tons of ice cream. You're going to be like, okay, because you know that you can always meet someone else, right? Because you're high vibing to the point where you're going to attract the right people. So you're just okay. You're like, all right, fine, do you, because I'm doing me, right? So we have this one. Gratefully, I surrender my struggle. Exactly. And the struggle is, once again, not really connecting fully with yourself, loving yourself in that way. Okay, I'm going to get an introspection card. Yeah, you're no longer interested in, or you shouldn't be interested in being triggered by what another person's choice. Because remember, there's always free will here. But you need to grab your free will of looking after yourself. the self first, looking after number one. Okay, so we have here freedom. That's interesting. That's a beautiful card. It's a light energy. So it's you being open to freeing yourself of any type of expectations, any type of restrictions where, again, you're putting all your faith in one person. The faith should be within the self, right? So you're free to just be who you are, right? Be free to do anything that you want to do. There always need to be a sense of freedom, a sense of self, really. That's your be your identity. Freedom to travel, freedom to not to do as you may without worrying about, well, is this other person going to be offended? Is this, you just know yourself that much, right? You know what you want and you go after it. That's beautiful. So I'm going to end the reading right here. If this reading resonates, leave a comment down below. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, option 2. For those of you who selected the second claw, here's your reading. Okay, we're going to see why you are triggered by this person or by your person. Why are you triggered by them? And why is option 2 triggered by their person? Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have Six of Pentacles, giving and receiving. Okay. So we have here Judgment. I'm going to take, we have the Two of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, oh dear, and the Devil. Alrighty. What I'm getting from this, you guys are giving more than you are receiving. You are triggered because you may be the one that is putting in so much of the effort in this connection. A lot of the effort, especially with the Six of Pentacles on the bottom, because you feel that this connection is a divine one. So you just do all the work, not even allowing the other person to do their bit. Let's put these cards to the side here. Right? So with you feeling that it's a divine connection, well, it is a divine connection and I feel that I need to just put my all in it because it has to work, etc. No, it's like any other connection. The other person has to pull their weight. They have to pull their weight. Right? But it seems like you are coming to the realization that no, there needs to be balance in this connection, right? There needs to be balance. He or she, they need to give, need to contribute as well, right? There's a codependency energy as well. And also what I'm getting is there's a need for you to put this into yourself. So all this energy that you're feeding this person with, you need to give it to yourself. You need to definitely give it to yourself. Divine connection or not. Because one thing that we need to realize is that with divine connection, it doesn't mean that the person is all nice and everything is just going to work out nice and smooth and easy. It doesn't work like that. We're humans and we make many, many mistakes. So this person can start out being like really in their shadow energy, a player, etc. Really dark. So there's a strong need to put this energy into the self, right? Put this energy into the self and allow this person to work this out. Work out this energy and start giving to you. Start giving to you. I'm feeling that you were given guidance on this. It's with the Two of Pentacles, where you have a pentacle in the ethereal realm and one in the 3D. You know this. You are well aware about this, especially with the Judgment card as well as the Hierophant. You know this. And what is interesting is we have the Devil and the Hierophant. So you have good versus evil. Look at that. Good. Oops, I'm saying the devil is good. Well, it depends. Good versus evil. Light, shadow. And there's a need to balance that. What I'm also feeling is that there's an addiction to soulmate connections and all that. That just the romance of the whole thing. And what Spirit is saying is, yes, there is that. But what you need to realize is that you are an individual. You are a soul having a human experience, meaning that you need to start having human experiences besides the connection. Okay? That's what they're saying. Plant the seeds here. Start putting the work into yourself and personal goals. Things that you want to accomplish. Allow them to grow. Because one thing with Spirit is sometimes a connection can end up being a lesson, meaning that it does not develop into anything more, right? It doesn't develop further because you haven't learned the lessons. You haven't grown. You haven't ascended. You haven't done the work. So it's important to put the work into the self to allow this to fall into place. Because we have the Four of Wands in the wheel. So there is a divine connection, right? There is. But your lesson here, what Spirit wants you to do is to put the work into the self. Work on your shadow energy, your addictions, right? Releasing that. Or transmuting that energy into light. Transmuting this same addiction energy and putting it into your work, your projects, things you want to bring to life. Personal things. Personal accomplishments, right? You will see a major shift in your energy, how you are, and also the situation itself. So you were triggered because you know that this is something that you need to do. You're putting in all this energy into the connection. You're feeding this person your energy, your life force energy. You're giving it to them and they're out there doing their thing. Right? Or they may be stalling. So they might not necessarily be running around with people, but they're stalling. They're feeding themselves and they're focusing on their own personal goals while you're sat back worrying about them. Spirit is saying no. Focus on the self. Because remember, one thing with the feminine energy is that we run the show. Right? We're the ones that are steering the ship. We're the ones that's steering the chariot, the direction, where this is going to pan out. So once you shift your energy, right, it will come in. Because remember, we receive. The masculine energy acts, moves towards. We attract, we lure, they come towards us. That's how it works. So you got to be in that energy. So you are not in the energy, the masculine energy where you're chasing and just acting, because the person is in their masculine energy where they're running. So what needs to happen is you need to be to lure, to entice, because you got things going on with you. Your abundance is growing, you're expanding, and it will attract. But also it will shift your energy. So if this person is not the right person, if this divine connection, it's a connection where it's meant to be a lesson, well, this is your lesson where you're going to now be open to receiving the right divine connection for you, the one where you both can grow and expand. Okay? Let's get some more cards. Look, Temperance. All about balance. All about balancing how much you give to yourself and how much you give out. Yeah, look at that. Releasing the fear and anxiety, because in order to release this, it's to put the focus back on the self. Put the focus back on the self. Release the frustration. I know it is easier said than done, but once you do it, once you're in that place, that space, you won't look back. There will be no more tears, no more frustration, no more heart palpitations when you're hearing, oh, well, this is going to be another 2 years of waiting. No, because you're putting the work into the self. You're starting to invest in you, investing things that you want to accomplish. Oh yeah, 2 years. Oh yeah, that's good. Whatever, 2 years. Oh, fine. I'm doing me. Right? That's what it's about. Look at that. Eight of Pentacles. Working on the self, working on things you want to accomplish. Not waiting around, not letting life pass you by, the years pass you by. You're waiting on, so why? Why? That's not what you were created for. One more. Look, Two of Wands. So you have a choice. Look at the bottom of the deck. We got the Seven of Pentacles again. It's right here. So its spirit is screaming, invest, invest in the self, invest in the self. So we have here the Two of Wands, right? So it's choosing a path. So it's saying that, what do you want to do? So not necessarily, we're putting this connection to one side, right? We're like, okay, we know that's happening. Spirit is working on it, so we don't need to interfere. Right now we're surrendering, and with surrendering, we're going to focus on the self. Now, what exactly do you want to do? That's what this is saying. What do you want to do? How are you going to impact the world? That's the question that you need to ask yourself. It's tapping into that energy. What do I want to do for a living? Or if you're already well accomplished, what do I want to do to help humanity? Okay, because with this divine connection, a part of your mission is that. Okay, so let's get some more cards. But it's not easy work. It's not like, oh, a divine connection and then we just run around skipping in the forest. There's work to be done for humanity. There's work for humanity. It's a bigger job than you think. Okay, so we have here protection. So there's a strong need to protect your energy. There's a strong need there's a strong need for you to actually protect yourself. So you can do that again with crystals, with oils, right? Spells, affirmations. Also calling on your guides, ancestors, and source to protect you as well. But know that you are protected by your ancestors. That's one thing that they want to say. But definitely protect your heart. It feels, I feel like a vulnerable energy here, like someone that loves. When they love 100%. They give their all. And there's a strong need for you to dial that back and again, give it to the self. Protect your heart. I feel like giving you another one. Protect your heart. Artist, yes. Okay. So it's finding inspiration through art. So it could be, I'm seeing photography for some, or actual artworks, are going out into nature and painting or taking photos. I'm seeing like working with clay as well for some. Sketching, pencil sketching. I'm seeing someone working with children, art with children, like giving back to the community. But art is a good way to get that release, get this whole frustration out, fear and anxiety out, because it feels like a sense of accomplishment. So when you complete the piece, you feel like you've done something great. It's a way to start the process of giving to the self, which is beautiful. Okay, let's get. Wow. So we have here, seek your inner wisdom. Reflect on the past, appreciate the present, and dream the future. Ask your wise self what she wants you to know right now. What do you need in this moment? Do you feel safe in your own body? Determine if your outward activity aligns with your internal desires. Exactly. And what it's saying here is, with internal desires, it's like what you want. What exactly do you want? Does this align? Does this connection, the triggers, align with what you truly want? Does it align with all your personal accomplishments in life? What you want to accomplish? Does it align with it? Because if it's a no, then you need to do the work. You need to do the inner work here. I want to show you this at the bottom of this deck. We have the Queen of Pentacles. This is your potential. Queen of Pentacles is all about well-being. Getting your house in order. Your personal house in order. Right? That's what it's about. get a moon card. Okay, so we have this beauty. Wow, that's beautiful. This is heart, very emotional. I accept and create more flow and pleasure in my life. Yes. You're accepting the self. You're accepting the situation for what it is, but you're accepting yourself, and you are bringing the pleasure in your life. You are the one that's bringing this flow of pleasure, of accomplishment, of abundance into your life. Right? Let's get some introspection card. Not another person. They're just a cherry on top. That's what it is. A relationship is just a cherry on top. Okay, so let's see. You got prejudice. That is interesting. With this card, it feels like you treat yourself in this way. I get the feeling of like, because it's like unreasonable dislike, right? But it's like you treat yourself that way. It's like for no reason, you don't like who you are. So you feel the need to hide away, or to not even focus on that or put in the work to see why you feel that way, but you expect others to do it for you. So you're seeking your value and worth through the eyes of another, which is not what you're meant to do. So this is just self-inflicted prejudice here, right? Not liking the self, unfairly not liking the self. So, and also this is you also turning a blind eye, and your person can do no wrong. So even if the person, this is for some of you, your person is like really treating you unfairly, right? Really cold and detached, and you still think the sunlight shines out their ass. It's just not right, right? It's just not right. That is quite interesting. I feel like pulling another card because that's just suddenly made me feel sad. Okay, may I get another card, please? Okay. So we have the vortex, recharge, and sign. So there's a need for you to take a step back, really go within, possibly meditate or go out into nature to reconnect. You're going to get downloads, signs, and from spirit, your ancestors regarding this. You really tapping into the self. So if this reading, if you feel like, look, I don't agree with what you're talking about, there's definitely a strong need for focusing on the self. Because I can tell you this happens to a lot of people. You're not alone, where we put so much value in and so much importance in these connections. Like it's the air that we need to breathe, that we neglect ourselves, our life, things that we want to accomplish. We put all of that on another, and it's not fair. Men and women do it. It's not fair. We neglect ourselves. So there's a strong need to recharge, really go within, possibly meditate, go and really listen to the signs, the messages from spirit. It's very important. It's going to help you, right? It's going to help you because there is definitely a need for you to tap into your self-worth. Case, oh, look at that, bottom of the deck, authentic, the authentic self. This is you being open to hearing the truth. Okay, so I'm going to end the reading right here. If this reading resonates, leave a comment down below. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, option 3. For those of you who selected this claw, here's your reading. So we're going to see why you are triggered by your person. Why are you triggered by this person? Spirit, why is option 3 triggered by the person? Okay, another meditation. Why is option 3? Whoops. Okay. bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess. So there's a knowing here. Right. So we have the Page of Wands, Six of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so Magician, Judgment, Page of Wands, Six of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune. So there is, you are triggered by this person because you feel that they are your person, your divine counterpart, right? But you've also experienced a major transformation. So when this person entered your life, or even if you had an awareness of this person, it triggered a major transformation. I've experienced that actually. I know my person, right? But I didn't know that they were my person back then. But when I became aware that they're my person, a major transformation happened in my life. Intuition, everything just opened up. Everything just flung open. My life was turned upside down. So I completely understand that. So this person has triggered a major transformation in your life, an awakening, right? This can also be something where, ooh, quite interesting, you have manifested this person into your life. You've asked Spirit for this, for true love, someone that meets all your expectations, etc., etc., and it's finally come. Or it's coming, and it's triggered a rebirth, an awakening, a transformation, where even some of your spiritual gifts just got more powerful, or you became aware of it, right? So that's the trigger. But what I am seeing is that it's taking a while to develop. It's actually taking a while for you to receive this manifestation. So you are aware of it. And maybe energetically you're aware of it if you don't know this person physically. But it's taken a while. You're relying on divine timing here, right? This looks like Spirit handing you the opportunity. And that's the trigger, because you're not seeing it. What you're feeling is not really matching what you're seeing. That's for some of you. But Spirit is saying for you to be patient, to still move on, to still have that sense of adventure and joy in life, to get on with what you need to accomplish in life, your personal goals, right? That's what you need to move towards. There's a sense of, look at this as an adventure. I'm hearing, don't put too much expectations on this. It needs to be light, because you see with the pages, they're young, they're just, it's all about like going out and exploring and seeking, not having any expectations, not putting the ego in things, right? In situations. It's just, you're there for the journey, for the adventure, for the experience. And that's how Spirit wants you to treat this, right? There will be news coming in. It's coming, it's moving, it's coming towards you, right? And if this person is already in your life, there's going to be more progress, but you need to be patient. There's a sense of, Spirit is saying you need to really surrender. When I mean surrender, surrender. There's a need to surrender and really get on with what you need to get on with in life. Personal goals, etc. Right? Things that you want to achieve besides this connection. Because it's still a sense of, when you're still heavily invested in it, what I mean by that is putting all your energy and waiting and, thinking about it all the time, etc. That's still control. There's a strong need to release control. Okay. Yeah, some more cards. Yeah, we have here justice. Again, being fair to the self, but also being balanced. It's all about clearing karmas as well, right? Releasing things from your life that doesn't serve you anymore. I'm hearing karmic justice. So there's still more work to do, more things to clear from your life before this comes in, right? Yeah, we have the Four of Wands. So it's definitely having a strong sense of self. Because the Four of Wands can also be interpreted personally. So this is you having stable foundations, being stable within the self, whether it means likes, dislikes, things you want to accomplish, etc. Right? Because of course with spirit likes to throw curveballs when it comes to counterparts. So things that, or people that you think that you're gonna get, you might get certain things that are a little bit different. They come in different packages, right? So for instance, if you're someone that don't like to date people younger than yourself, your perfect person could come in a package like that, where they're younger than you, right? Adult age, of course. But it's like spirit can throw curveballs like that. Or, you know, it could be someone that's from a different ethnicity. It's just, so you have to be stable within the self. Yeah, exactly. 7 of Wands. So setting boundaries, knowing exactly what you want, right? Really connecting with the self. Really being at peace, right, with yourself. I'm hearing building a connection with your higher self, really coming to peace with that. We have here 9 of Swords. So being at peace with fears from the past, experiences from the past that brought you a lot of heartache, a lot of fear and anxiety, stress, unnecessary stress. So that's why it is important to be comfortable with the self, really being solid with the self, knowing what you want and what you don't want, what you will tolerate and what you won't. So again, the boundaries card, having set boundaries so this nonsense doesn't come back. Because of course divine counterparts can be, they're human, so they can actually bring in some drama, right? Unnecessary drama. So you have to set the boundaries from the beginning. One more, please. Yeah, and we have here rest. We have here reflecting. So it's with the reflection, it also stems with releasing. So you reflect on, again, why are you feeling anxious? Why are you being triggered whenever you're hearing readings and it's saying that, well, there's going to be a delay, or maybe the reading says, oh, it's not your person or whatever. Why are you triggered by that? Why do you have this stronghold? And then you need to really work through that, that fear and anxiety, right? That reason why you feel triggered by that. Or if your person wants to see other people or just drag the relationship out, why are you triggered by that? And that's the time where you need to really focus on the self, really go after your own personal accomplishments, your personal goals, right? Bottom of the deck, I mean, seriously, 9 of Pentacles. Your own personal well-being, building your abundance, your independence, and being self-sufficient. So that's beautiful. Okay. Taking up all the cards. Okay. So we have here helpful and unhelpful patterns. Exactly. Helpful and unhelpful patterns. Let's see. Be curious about your current patterns of thinking, feeling, and behaving. Identify positive and negative tendencies. Can you do something different about unhelpful patterns? So yes, with the triggers, it's like, why am I feeling this way? What are the patterns? Did I do this in previous connections? Why am I going through this again? Right? So that's what you need to really examine and look into. So that when you hear anything like, oh, it's going to be more time, 2 more years, 10 more years, whatever these readings say, or your person is saying that, you're not triggered by it because you're okay with the self. And you're like, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to do me. Right? Let's get some more cards. This is all about what patterns are good and what patterns are bad for you. What patterns are good are the patterns that assist you on your growth and expansion. Unhelpful patterns keep you in a sunken place, a place of stagnation and lack. So we have here truth. Finding out the truth inner truth and speaking your truth as well. So if you're in a connection and there's some of this funny business going on, make sure that you all are on the same page, right? You and your person are on the same page so that you both can grow, right? That's what it's about. May I have an introspection card, please? Option 3. Thank you. It's all about delight. Beautiful. Delight. It's being happy, bringing pleasure in your life, being fulfilled, right? When you're fulfilled, energetically, it shifts that vibration, right? So that's how that works. You need to enjoy life, not waste it. Okay. So we have this beauty. I accept that here now is exactly where I am, and that is a place of profound learning. Exactly. It's all about learning about the self, learning about this situation, learning about life, learning about our purpose. That's beautiful. So I'm going to end the reading right here. If this reading resonates, leave a comment down below. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, option 4. For those of you who selected the 4th claw, here's your reading. Okay, we're going to see why you are triggered by your person. Why are you triggered by your person? Okay, Spirit, what's option 4 triggered by your person? Option 3 cards, please. Thank you. Bottom of the deck. Wow, High Priestess. So there, again, there's a knowing. There's a knowing. There's also a sense of mystery with this one. Okay. So we have here So we have here the 6 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles. The Emperor. And the Hangman. Wow. Okay. Okay, so this is similar to another pile, but this one is more... Wow. Okay, so you are triggered by your person because your person is in control of the connection or the situation or how things move in the connection. With the Emperor, this person gives when they want to give. Right? There's no even flow of giving. Right? So you might even find yourself giving more, investing more in the connection, and this person is kind of investing when they want, you know, investing, giving you, throwing you a bone every now and then, right? So we have here the Hangman, and again, you need to look into this dynamic and shift your perspective, and that involves you actually taking back your personal power, taking back control of this situation. And in doing that, that means you actually not feeding this situation, right? You are triggered because you realize that you've given up control to this person. You've given them your power. You've surrendered to them. And that is not what you're meant to do. That is not what you're meant to do. You're meant to stand in your power, and they're meant to stand in their power. No one is meant to give all of themselves to someone. It needs to be a healthy balance, right? It needs to be a healthy balance where both people are investing in order for it to grow, in order for there to be balance, in order for this connection to be sustainable. Because what we fail to realize is not all divine connections are meant to be forever. or divine connections that are meant to be forever could have a lot of obstacles, a lot of heartache where you break up, get back together, break up, and long gaps in between, etc. Even having kids in between with other people and all that nonsense. So it's just good to put in the work. Put in the work. Regain your power. Don't give it away. Shift your perspective here. Shift your perspective. Take the time to not give anymore. Not give as much as you are giving. Invest in yourself. This is taking back your power and you investing in yourself. You deciding how much you're going to give. If that person is giving you a bit, then you give a bit. Or you don't give anything at all and you give it to yourself, and you see how quick that dynamic shifts. Right? Look, these connections are hard work. And we need to remember they're human beings as well. Right? So they make many mistakes. Humans make many mistakes. So this is you learning to take back your power. You're triggered because you know that you've given your power away to someone. You handed it to them on a platter. Okay, let's get some more cards. Look at that. Two of Cups. Well, there's definitely a knowing that this is your counterpart, right? You know this, but it's how much you're giving. It's like, I know this is my person, so you know what? Oh, we're going to be together forever. Let me just give them everything and leave nothing for myself. That's what it feels like. No, it has to be a balance. That's what it's saying. It has to be a healthy balance. What Spirit is saying. Chariot. In order for this to move, right, successfully, both people need to be invested here. That's what Spirit is saying. Both people have to be in alignment. And we have it here 3 times. Alignment, alignment, alignment. Right, there's 2 hands here giving and receiving. 2 hands here holding their hands together and then coming into alignment. And then we have the 2 horses. They need to be in alignment in order to move in the same direction. Come on. Screaming that. What's this? We have the 6 of Cups. So this is definitely a divine connection. But your person and yourself need to work through your past. Healing your past, decluttering your past, right? Looking at past connections and seeing why. Have you done this in past connections? Right? Is this a pattern that needs breaking? Right? So there's a sense of really needing to tap in, go inwards and start doing some investigations here, doing some work, inner work, by releasing your past. Because I think you might have given away your power in other relationships, and you're bringing this shadow element, shadow energy into a divine connection. So it can easily go toxic quickly. You got to do the work. Okay, look at that. We have the Page of Swords with the Hangman. So yes, it's like once you take a step back, shift your perspective, do the work, where you're seeing what effects the past have on this connection. You're going to learn exactly what you need to do. You're going to know what you need to do, how to put this right. Right? There's a sense of, there's a lot of wisdom, there's a lot of information when you actually take that time to connect. Bottom of the deck we have Judgment. Exactly. A rebirth. This is you now finding yourself. But also in finding yourself, you're going to allow this connection to come into alignment and to start moving in the same direction. How it's meant to be. How it's meant to go. No more of this foolishness with run or chase and all that nonsense. Right? This is all about you doing your personal work, figuring out what is this. This could be like childhood issues as well, where you're seeing how other family members behaved in connections and you're repeating it in your connections. That's a pattern that needs to be broken, right? Severed. Or are you holding on to previous connections energetically? There's a need to cut cords and release. So definitely a lot of inner work here. This pile is all about inner work. Healing your past. Because you're bringing this into this divine connection here. Okay, we have flowers, and this is all about beauty, right? Seeing the beauty of this connection, but also seeing the beauty of the self. Seeing your beauty, your value, your worth. How unique you are, how precious you are, how delicate you are. Oh, so we have botanicals. So we have here essential oils. So you could be you should work with essential oils where you're going to tap into, maybe meditate and connect with your higher self or the higher realms and work through this. Also doing like ancestral cleansing. So using essential oils in your baths, lotion, sprays, room sprays, having flowers in your house to raise your vibration, because the triggering that this connection is doing is lowering your vibration. So there's a need to raise your vibration also to bring this in, right? But more importantly, work on your past. Work on healing the past. That's the most important thing. If you don't do that, you're bringing in the baggage. Let's see, what introspection work are you going to be doing? Can I have a card, please? Okay, so we have here courage. Yes, courage. Having the courage to do this, having the courage to look into your past, to really take a step back and work on your past, work on yourself, right? Healing the past, really putting in the work, really observing. I mean, taking this seriously. Okay. Okay, so we have here draw together. Yes. Look at that. Draw together. Gather all the information you have to solve a problem. What are the key themes and priorities? What systems can you utilize? Process what you have available in something useful. Yes. This is just drawing everything together. So this is you going full circle now on this, on your past. Ready to work on it. Ready to heal. To correct, to release. So that you can definitely come together, draw together. And if you do it, especially being in the feminine energy, if you're feminine, you are the one that's in control. So it will shift and allow the masculine energy to do the work and come towards, because you're receiving, you're releasing and receiving, open to receive. Right, so let's get some more cards. Let's get you a moon card. Whoa. Okay, we got those two. This one, I will not remain stuck. I choose to change. That's right. Beautiful. Beautiful. Why be stuck in this energy, this runner chaser, or whatever this dynamic is where you're giving more and they're giving less? Why? Remove that by working on your past. Releasing the past baggage and patterns and behaviors, etc. Failure is only learning. I move with confidence and resilience. Exactly. So this is all about like not fearing failure, not fearing like, how can I put this? This is all about not fearing losing it all. Because it's all about how confident and comfortable you are with yourself. So what I mean by that is not putting all your hopes, dreams, and desires in other people. That is something that you need to have with yourself. A person is not going to show you your value or worth. That's something you should know. You should be in a situation, especially with divine connections. I mean, people don't understand how important these connections are. And with these connections, what you're meant to, the energy that you're meant to be in is so stable within the self that if the person says, I don't want to be in this connection anymore, you are not holding on to their legs, being drug on the floor, crying. That's not what this is about. You're going to behave like this. You're going to say, okay, go on. I send you off in peace and love. I wish you all the best, because you know why? You will be able to be open to receiving the right person that is vibrating on the same level as yourself. That person might have been a lesson, a divine connection where it was meant to teach you a lesson. That was not the forever person. That's for some of you, right? But this is what I'm talking about with these divine connections and these energies. Spirit can change the story at any time. So something that could be seen as forever, he could change it, and it could be just a lesson, and someone else is your forever person. So you have to be open. You have to be open, because it's all about yourself and you putting in the work. Because if you don't put the work in, it drags on. This dynamic drags on, or it never comes to fruition. It doesn't matter what anyone says. Spirit is in control. So what we see with readings, what you see, it's changeable, and all readers say that. But the one thing that never ever changes is that you have to know yourself. You have to have it be in a relationship with yourself, love yourself, and have boundaries, value, and worth. That's the thing for anyone, male, female, whatever. That's the key thing, because that's why you are here. You're not here for a connection only. You're here to live. Right? Achieve personal success, personal goals, personal fulfillment. That's what it's about. A relationship is a cherry on top. All right, so I'm going to end the reading right here. If this reading resonates, leave a comment down below. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.